old Bill was sniffing around the place for weeks. They was itching to put a name in the frame, and if that name had been my name, well, that would have been a dream come true for him, wouldn't it? You know, a Mitchell banged to rights. We had to keep Sturm. We didn't have a choice. Jay, I ain't no choir boy, you know that. I've done a lot of people a lot of damage over the years. And a lot of them have deserved it and all, but that... I've never had blood on my hands like that. But I have tried. I've tried to put things right, at least as much as I could. Anyway, you know that night that Jace went after Terry, the night he caused all that mayhem in the Vic. He was going to get killed, you know that. But I stopped him, didn't I? Why? Well, now you know. And then I gave him a job, got him to do things for me, tried to keep him on the straight and narrow as far as money goes. Now, why would I do that? Why would I care? Well, now you know why. Then I gave you a job, didn't I? I put a roof over your head. I sorted things out for you when they needed sorting. I know that it doesn't make up for it. I know it doesn't change what I did. But I did try, Jay. All those years. I tried. Please. Please, say something. The old Bill, they gave up after a couple of weeks. It didn't make any difference, so everything still fell apart. Frank was in a right state. He was ready to stick his hands up. He didn't, but he just went to pieces, you know. He walked out on Pat. Went on the streets himself. He slept rough for the next couple of years and just lost everything. It was one mistake, Jay. One very stupid mistake. If you think no one's paid for it, then think again, because I did. Frank did, and neither of us got off scot-free.
You really have lost it, haven't you?
What?
All them years, all that booze has done things to you.
Jay, just listen.
Oh, I have been listening. And you're deluded.
No, I ain't.
OK, hallucinating then.
Well, you really think I'd dream all this up?
Well, ain't you forgetting something? This knight in shining armour. This Saint Jace who you're talking about. He was supposed to have stepped in and looked after me and my mum. Well, he walked out on us. So how does that fit in with what you're trying to tell me, eh? And then, years later, turns up out of the blue and wants to see me again. Now, why would he do that, eh? Why would he want to get back with a kid who isn't even his own flesh and blood?
Well, maybe because he always thought of you as his own flesh and blood.
Well, who would think like that?
Me. I do with Dennis. Jay, I don't know why he walked out. I don't know why he came back again.
Because none of this happened. That's why. Not like you're saying, anyway.
But maybe he made a promise in his head to you, to your mum. You know, he said he'd look after you. He said he'd look after her as well. And he did for a few years. But then it all went wrong and... Well, he bowed, yeah.
And then what? What, he had second thoughts, did he?
Or maybe it was her dying like that. Maybe that's what did it. I never asked him, how could I, but... You know, something like that, it does things to you. And I know it. It makes you think about what you've done wrong and maybe how you could put things right.
I ain't listening to any more of this.